Welcome back to another episode. Today we are working on my brother's 2008 Toyota Sienna. Today we are working on pulling the camshaft off the back of the engine. Which bank was it, John?
It's going to be camshaft position sensor, not the camshaft.
Oh,
it's going to be, I believe, bank 2 or B. It's on the right.
So it's on the back right corner
side
of the engine. So if you see these engines, these front wheel drive minivans are basically designed for you to bring them back to the dealership so they can lift the body off the front cave member or the front subframe so they can lower the entire suspension with the engine and transmission still attached. So how do you work on a front wheel drive V6 engine? The front 3 cylinders, very easy. Back 3 cylinders, near impossible. So the way to get to the back of this engine on this car, we've already started off camera, but what we do is we remove the 2 windshield wipers here and here. And then you remove the cowl panel plastic, the plastic trim that we just removed. It's right over here on this side. So we remove that. And now we're starting to pull the harness for the, so there's a harness here for the external temperature sensor. So your climate sensor outside. And then you have your wiper motor. We're going to pull this harness through this piece here. And then we're going to go ahead and start taking off the wiper motor and arms, so that we can get that off. And then we'll be working on pulling this metal piece so we can look straight down at the back of the engine. All right, like I said, I pulled all the clips off without snapping any of them. We're gonna pull this harness through so it's out of the way when we go to pull this panel off. So just gonna push it through, feed it through so it's out of the way. It's got the plug for the wiper motor and then the plug for the ambient temperature sensor. That's the actual name of that sensor. For the outside climate. All right, sensor's out of the way. Now we're going to take off the wiper motor and assembly with all the brackets. So they're all 10 mils. I don't see any other ones hiding in there. Should be able to pull this guy right out. All right, very easy, see? All right, so now with that out of the way, we're actually going to start removing this panel right here. So there's a bunch of 10 mils that run across the whole thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the vacuum and wipe this all out because we don't want none of this stuff falling on the back of the engine and then causing a future burn. So give me a sec. All right. So now we're going to take all these 10 mils out. Take this guy. Yep. Got another sensor plugged in here. All right, I see it. That should be the one, right?
Yeah, it just pops up. Lift up. There it is. Yep.
Yeah, look at this. This is where I wanted to take it off. Look. You want to crack the window.
Drop it.
Okay.
Drop that. Just to pull that out.
Ready?
Yep. You got it?
I got it. We got the hood.
Okay.
All right. So now,
Easier to get back there now.
a little bit easier, right? So we're gonna get my light on so you can see a little bit better. So now, previously, we couldn't even get our hand, basically where this wire harness is, was the bottom of that thing. So now we can move this harness out of the way if we have to, but we can actually get to the back of the engine to get this one sensor that's back here. So let's see how that does. If we can't get to it, we might be removing this entire intake manifold, but hopefully not. Let's see what happens.
So just to clarify, on the back of that, you're going to have the same situation as 4 cam sensors total on this vehicle. You have one on the intake side, so forward and return, both there. So same situation mirrored on that other side.
And the one we're doing on that side is this guy.
Yep.
Yeah, because we can actually get to this one right here.
Yep.
That's real simple. We saw that one the other day, and then this is the one that we just can't even see. Exactly. So we just got to feel for it. It's a 10mm bolt. We have to do that with a socket wrench and then pull it out. Let's see how it goes. So we're going to take the air box off just to get a little more room to get our arms back here. But I just want to show you how tight it is back here real quick so you can see what we're working with. So what we want As you can see, the exhaust right there, and then we're trying to find the top of the valve cover. So I can see the coil packs.
Yeah.
So there's the coil packs, and there's the sensor. So it looks like it's that one right there. So yeah.
Yeah, tough spot to get into.
Yeah. But if we're gonna do the spark plugs, which we can actually get to them all now, we can actually see them. We did buy new intake gaskets. What do you think, man? Let's take it off.
I bought the intake gaskets just in case we had to remove it and make our jobs easier. And so it's not going to bother me. The intake gaskets were like $30.
Yeah. So to take the intake off, it's a bunch of 10mm bolts down the middle.
Yeah.
So you can see they're all lined up here like this, all the way across like that. And the intake should come off. We just got to make sure we take the hoses off and everything like that. The biggest thing about taking an intake gasket off is ensuring that all your plastic hoses are disconnected from it, because these manifolds are plastic. So if you yank, you can crack it. So we just got to go through that and make sure we disconnect everything properly. So let's go ahead and take the air box off and then go from there. All right, we're taking the air box off right now. Working on taking the air box off. So we already unplugged the mass airflow sensors off. Taking the air box off. There's a bunch of hoses going into it, so we just want to make sure we put them all back the way they came off. Definitely some aftermarket stuff going on here, because you got hoses screwed in with metal clamps like this. So that's obviously not factory. So we just gotta make sure we take them off properly and put them back the right way.
Previous owner must have also used a sheetrock screw to hold the airbox closed, so that's not the proper way of taking it off on your end, probably if you're looking at the same vehicle. But
Yeah.
Did that off camera, but
Same as that. Okay, that feels something attached to this. Yep. Where's that? Oh, why did they have a metal clamp on there when there's a squeeze one on here? Look at squeeze one's on here.
it was just slid down.
Yeah. See?
Yeah. Was it on?
You know that.
Clipped in though?
That's where that thing was hooked into.
Oh, okay.
It's good. Heavy.
Yeah, it is.
All right. That's out.
Yep, airbox
Box is
is
up.
just holding on with that one screw. Let's see what we have attached here. We just have one vacuum line.
There's another vacuum line.
Yep, on the side here.
So there's two.
This one and that one.
All right, yeah. So this one's at the bottom, this one's at the top, and this one's at the bottom. All right.
It was going over that side there.
Yep.
So the 9-degree one.
This one.
Yep. Correct.
Wow, that's a weird air filter. Look at that thing.
Yep. I wonder if it's one of those aftermarket like cleanable ones and conditioner ones.
Yeah, look at the inside of this.
Almost like the K&Ns or the, you know.
Yeah, but like this thing has a metal screen on it.
Yeah, it does.
See?
Strange.
This engine's probably not breathing enough.
Right.
Because you got that filter and then another one
There's
here.
two filters in there.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's factory. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Here.
Yep.
All right, so now we're gonna get the actual air box itself out, and it's just 3 10 mils. All right, so we decided that we're gonna take the intake manifold off. Air box is completely out. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna disconnect the throttle body harness, which is just a rubber boot on here. You squeeze and pull. Okay, that's out of the way. And then you're gonna have two coolant hoses that come into the throttle body right here. So you have a front one here. This one had the clamp already off, so I'm gonna put something underneath it to catch any antifreeze that comes out. Before I do that, you're gonna have upper air hose right here running right to your PCV inside of the valve cover. So we'll disconnect that one. We'll disconnect this vacuum hose. This one goes to the air box, so we'll leave that one attached. And the brake booster comes off the back of the intake. So you can see this rubber hose right here. That's going right to the brake booster. So we'll disconnect it at the brake booster side. And there's a harness on this back side here for the intake manifold. We'll go through and see if there's anything else on the back side and see if we can just pull this thing right up. So it's gonna have two 10mm bolts. One right here, we'll use a 10mm deep, and then another 10mm on this side, and then 4 Allen heads in the middle. I think it was a 6. No, it was a 5. So it's a 5 for the 4 Allen bolts right there. So we're gonna get started on that right now. Power booster. Move this out of the way. Okay, that one's off and out of the way. We have the two intake ones. Let me see if this guy comes off. Sometimes these don't come off so easy. Yep, they did.
I'm trying to see. So you removed both of the coolant lines off of
The throttle body.
the throttle body.
Yep. All right, throttle body's completely came off, or excuse me, the completely disconnected from everything. We're gonna inspect the back for any of the brackets or anything holding the back of this intake on before we start attacking these front ones. So let's look for those. All right, so we're getting ready to take the intake manifold off, and we reviewed some stuff online on where the rear support bracket is. So there is supposed to be a rear support bracket right underneath this area of the intake manifold. So the upper plenum of the intake manifold itself, this is supposed to have a support bracket on here that goes down to the valve cover. So on the back, there's supposed to be a bracket that goes off the back of that and then down to a bolt on the valve cover on the back side. So that bracket's missing on this car. So there is supposed to be a bracket there, but this one doesn't have it. So we're gonna go ahead and start taking off the 8 bolts in the front. All right, so I soaked them in PB Blast. You can see here, I was able to get one out so far. And what I'm doing is I'm tapping it with a small ball peen hammer really lightly just to get the Allen head deep in there and get it off. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue with the other 2. All right, one last one. So what I was doing, I'll show you if I can, yeah. So I got this last one right here. This one was the worst as far as the condition of the head. So I'm gonna see if I can get it off. PB Blast to soak in.
That was not going on as tight as the other one.
Yeah, the other ones went on a lot tighter, but I think this one here was the one that was going to give me issues. But the good news is that if it doesn't come off, it's in the front, so we can get it with an extractor. And it's off.
Yeah, you cracked it. That's good.
All right. All right.
Cracked it loose.
It's off. Last one. Oh, there she goes. Just a good seal on it.
It's those gaskets.
Yeah. There it goes. Just a good suction on there. I'm gonna come up slow.
Make sure there's nothing connected.
Make sure nothing falls in the holes.
All right.
Give me some of those clean rags, John.
Yep, stuff the holes, the ports.
Yeah, exactly.
1 second, brother.
Just give me one. I'll cover the whole thing with one, probably, or 2.
Yep. There's one. Okay. Full now.
Alright. So I should be able to slide this guy out of the way. Alright. Plenum is off. And she is disgusting underneath. You want to get that on camera? Look at that. That was reused gaskets with gasket maker on it. That's not what you want to do. You never mix rubber gaskets with gasket maker or a gasket sealer. It's basically silicone with rubber. You don't do that. So we'll clean this all up before we put it back.
Yep. And by the way, these are
The correct gaskets.
correct gaskets. Felpro part number MS96786. And I think these were $31, maybe at AutoZone. So it's just the upper intake set, not the full set.
There's our culprit right there.
You see the camshaft position sensor?
Yeah, it's buried underneath here still, but I can actually touch it now. So the whole reason why we're doing this today was, like my brother said, with the gasket, or excuse me, the cam position sensor, which is right there. So you could see it right here, this guy. And it's got one of those bolts that my brother's finagling with right now that's down here, that 5mm Allen head, right down here. So it's pretty, there has been people online that have done this without removing the plenum, but we remove the plenum not only to get to that easier, but also to get to these 3 coil packs easier. So you got 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna be pulling those 3 off. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loosen up this harness, these 2 10mm bolts right here. I'm gonna loosen that up just so I have more room to pull those coil packs out and to get to that lower cam position sensor. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on that.
Suction in.
Yeah, twist it side to side. There you go. Now grab it from underneath. Pull. What's in there? You got it.
All right, guys, and this is what we're replacing our spark plugs with. The OEM were Denso Iridiums. Those were $16.99 a piece at my local AutoZone. These NGK Iridiums were $12.99 a piece, and I ain't rich, so I think $12.99 a spark plug is already outrageous as it is. So that's what we're going for. These are Iridium. They are pre-gapped. I checked it. They all look the same, and we're gonna throw them in.
All right, so Jonathan's already done all 3 spark plugs in the front. He's working on the back 3 right now. You can see he's got the back one off here.
Yeah, the emission coil's already off.
Yeah, so you can see that one's already out. We're gonna clean this all up, take this other 2 off, and then we'll get down to that cam sensor, the initial reason why we came back here to take this off. I've already also cleaned up the intake manifold. It was disgusting, but I was able to clean it all out. Get all the old schmegma of the gasket sealer that they used in there. You can see the gaskets that are on it. They had the rubber sealant gasket sealer on there, plus the actual O-ring style gaskets. So don't ever do that kind of stuff because it makes a mess to clean up for the next guy. So I'm gonna continue on doing what we're doing. All right, so far we got this back one on. So we swapped out the coil pack, oh excuse me, not the coil pack, but the spark plug. And we were able to do this, but to get back here, we had to finagle 2 stubby 3/8 drive sockets, one over the other. Basically, slip one in with a socket for the actual spark plug. So we snuck it in behind the harness, and then once it got into the hole of where the coil pack goes, we were able to pop on another stubby over that, and we're going to show you that on this next one because we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to go ahead and crack this 10mm bolt right there. Let me see it. I got it right in my hand. Okay. Oh, before I take that off, I should probably pop this off with some pressure here.
I got you on that.
Is it clip on the bottom of it?
I got it. It's off.
Okay. Might as well get the other one too.
You got the bolt off too?
You can get the other one, John. It'll probably help you pull up on the harness.
I will. Yeah, well, that's true.
You might be able to take the cam sensor harness one off too, and it'll let you bring that thing up a little bit more.
Yep.
This is why girls like mechanics.
Yeah. That screw just keeps spinning, by the way.
That one?
Yeah.
It might be made into the coil pack on that one.
Yeah. No, it's the way it's spinning. It's not coming up. So, oh, there it is. I got it. It's kind of oxidized, that's why.
Yeah, we'll clean that up before we put it back.
Yeah. You were saying to get other
yeah, if you can get to the other coil pack right there.
Yep, I can.
Whatever harnesses you can disconnect here to get to the actual, basically free up the harness to come up a little bit higher.
Yep, I got that one off.
Can you reach the cam?
From there, yeah, I can. But I'm gonna work on this first.
Okay, so I just didn't know if it was gonna free up more room for the harness to come up higher.
You saying take the cam sensor plug off?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let me, I'm freely twisting the ignition coil.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take that plastic clip thing that I was using before.
Okay. record him recording so you can see how to pry these out in the back here.
Yeah. Try to get that light on. So, just using like an interior clip. And again, just to show you, this is like freely spinning. I'm not like putting extra, you know, stress on that ignition coil. It's spinning, so I know that I can kind of safely do what I'm doing right now. This is how I got the other one off. Feeling the pressure.
There you go.
Popped right up. Came out, so we're good on that one.
All right, what I'm gonna do too, John, is right here on the side.
Yeah.
There's this clip right here holding this harness in place. See this right here? I'm pulling up on this tab. Can you pull that out?
To remove it from the
Yeah, just to get
bracket.
it.
Pull it
Just
out
pull
that
out that way. Yep. Got it. There you go. So what that did is it freed up the harness a little bit more. You know. So there's a. You can see the harness.
Yeah, it's still attached to the cam sensor though. We just gotta be careful. All right. Let me pull that ignition coil out.
Okay. Might pull the harness up.
Look at that, you can't even get it. Yeah, see it's hidden that. There's got some zip ties here holding it to this. So.
Yep. Do you want me to cut that back? The zip tie, you think?
I don't think it's gonna make a difference. I think what it needs to do is it needs to come up and over. I had a similar issue on the other one, on the other side. So maybe if I do.
Is that bracket in the back there? Wow, there you go. Wow, what a pain.
Yeah. All right.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was.
So we're going to show you the two stubby trick here.
Yep. You have them there in front of you, right?
So what we're doing is we're taking the 5/8 socket with one short stubby, and we're basically sneaking it in here like this, dropping it in like that, taking another stubby right here. So taking another stubby, 3/8 drive, and we can feel for the top of the other one, like that, clipped in. So now you just put the 3/8 socket on there, 3/8 socket wrench.
Hold your phone while you're doing that.
Wherever the hell it went.
All right, right there in front of you.
So now you can see where it's at. Just put this on here. If I can get it on there.
Just move your left hand real quick. Okay, perfect. Yep. Okay, you can put it back on. I just wanted to show
Yeah, I
them.
don't want to snap it. So.
You can put it back on there for leverage. I just wanted them to
got
see.
it.
You got it? So you can see kind of how far it sticks up out of the port. So.
All right.
Get the socket off. Now it's just the
So now
stubbies.
the stubbies are on there. So I'll switch it.
Oh, you're okay. So he's unthreading it by hand right now using the extension stubbies. Trying to get the old spark plug out.
I think it's on.
Yeah.
Still feel a little bit of tension on it though.
Yeah.
There it goes. All right. So now this is the fun part.
Yeah.
So we're going to pull up on this extension, drop the other one back in there.
Yeah. And then grab the
Grab
other
the
one
magnet.
out. Grab the magnet. Which, by the way, for all the professional mechanics out there that are watching this video, we do understand there's a rubber 5/8 spark plug socket, but this one's worn down, so we're using a magnet.
Well, we're using the magnet to get the socket out.
Yeah, either way. Either way.
And,
Yep.
all right.
Into that hole, if you can see it from there.
Now, let's see if I can get that little magnet in. There it is. Oop. It's hard because this harness is making it pop right off. So we're gonna got it.
Curious to see the condition of this one.
He's okay.
That one's okay. Yeah. So this one just looks fine. Some of the other ones we've had were oily.
Soaked in oil.
Yep.
Yeah, this one's not bad. All right, cool. Let's put the other one in.
Put that other one now.
The first one was actually a little more difficult than that one. We made this one look easy.
Yeah.
The first one against the passenger side was a little more difficult. All right, so I'm gonna drop that in. Actually, I'm sitting good like this. If I can get in like this, would be great. No, I don't think so.
Fair not the comment section, Rob. Just drop it away.
I know.
You may have somebody tell you that you'll crush the gap, but don't worry about it.
Okay, what's in there? Now I'm gonna put the other stubby on there. Okay.
Nice.
Just tighten until you feel pop. No, I'm just kidding. Only snug these guys up.
Geez, snap the ceramic, you know, porcelain.
Okay, come on up. I got one extension. Let's hit the firewall back here. See how we were talking about we couldn't get them out without the two stubbies? Because it comes back and hits the firewall. So what I found easiest. Okay, there's one. I should be able to get this one out together. Yep.
Perfect. Now we can put the ignition coil back.
No, we'll leave it unplugged so that we can get to the other side.
Oh, that's right. It'll be easier. Make more clearance.
All right, here we go.
So we'll get that last ignition coil off.
Once we get this coil off, I'll be able to get down to the cam sensor because the coil will be out of the way.
Right.
See it down there?
Yep.
This one shouldn't be too bad to get to. Let's see. Actually, that harness is like right against this corner.
Yeah, that one's actually tougher because it's tighter, the harness there at that spot.
Wow, this is like a suction cup. Like you were using that pry tool.
Now
I don't know if you could see that.
understand why.
Yeah, but you
see it.
See how I'm pulling up on it right here?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Rubber boot.
Look at that. There it goes. Ooh. Ooh, that's really tight, this one.
Yeah.
How the hell are you supposed to get to that? Not without unplugging this harness. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. So for those who can't see, because there's a lot of stuff in the way, this main harness is getting in the way of removing a lot of the ignition coils, or all of them so far.
What I'm trying to do is pop that cam sensor off. Let me stretch my fingers out here. Ooh, my knees.
So he's going to try to remove this cam sensor, create a little more clearance, and hopefully this whole harness can come up a little bit more, but it's not going to come up much further, and then we can remove that ignition coil a little bit better. So we removed the camshaft position sensor already finally. Got it out with the harness still attached, so I wouldn't have to be sitting here finagling to get the clip off. I'm going to take the clip off now if it doesn't want to seem like it wants to come off, but
all right, so we got the last coil pack off. We got the cam sensor off.
old cam sensor.
Old cam sensor's right there. We're working on getting the last coil pack off right now. Okay. Magnet. Pull the last one out.
Power steering fluid looks black.
There she is. Oh.
Burnt up.
Not bad, actually.
Oh, he's not too bad.
No. All right, last one. There it goes. All Okay. Now, cam sensor. Want me to get it? You got it?
I got it. Just want to try to hold this up out of the way.
Don't let it get dirty.
Nope.
Had the O-ring on it, right?
Yep. Wow.
Be careful. There you go. You got it.
There it is.
You got it. You should be able to feel the little bolt now with your hand. So after Jonathan's done here with this cam sensor, we'll reattach all the 3 coil packs, the cam sensor harness, the clips to hold that harness all together. We'll bolt that harness back up, and then we'll start working on putting the intake manifold on. All right, so we got everything plugged in the back as far as the 3 coil pack harness. The cam sensors plugged back in. The little that clip that's down there that was clipped in back there is also on there. We also reattached this to the clip, and we got to put the 2 fuel injector back in.
There's a couple of fuel injectors.
Yeah, there's only 2, so there's one right here. One, and it's actually
Twisted.
no, I just couldn't do it through the camera.
Gotcha.
All right, so you can see it's clipped in. Clipped in. I never touched the first one, so this goes this way. Now we're gonna clean this mess. So we're gonna clean this real quick with a blade and get that all cleaned up, and we'll get ready to start on the intake manifold. All right, so you can see we cleaned up the lower intake manifold, vacuumed everything out, just wiping it down with some brake cleaner right now, and gonna mount the plenum. So the plenum is already over here cleaned up. That thing's all cleaned up. We're gonna put the O-ring gaskets in and get ready to mount this bad boy up. All right, Jonathan's mounting up the O-ring gasket right now for the plenum.
Once again, MS96786 Velcro number.
They should all be identical.
Yep.
It's got these little grooves to hold them in place. Nice and sealed the right way without any schmegma of the gasket sealer. So like we talked about earlier in the video, this engine was missing the mounting bracket for the back of the engine, which mounts up right here. So on this little brass hole right here. There's another one right here, so I'm not sure if there's supposed to be one on the front and the side here, but there's definitely 2 things here that are not mounted. So we're gonna mount it. It's only got the 1 stud right there. Hold on this.
Yep. Rob, any other clips that we need to clip in before we drop this that are not going to be seen once we drop this on?
No, everything that we disconnected is connected to where we are right now, at least.
Great.
So you want me to lower it on there? You got it.
Yeah, you got it.
See which one it is? It's right here by your hand. That's the stud. Just trying not to twist it on there. Should just slide right down on it. All right, so this hose that we were just playing with, it comes up underneath the plenum like this on the side of the throttle body because it goes into this air box right here. So this sits in there like that. That hose goes right there. So Jonathan's just going to hand tighten the bolts right now, and then we'll work on torquing them down and not stripping them out. Yeah, for that back one, either back one, that one right there or the other one to the right. All right, so the bolts are going to be 15 pounds of torque, and that one nut that Jonathan just came off of there is 12. So we're going to get the torque wrench out. Like this. Okay. Yeah, I can't. Okay. All right, it's very loose.
Go for it. sure I'll kind of feel what they all feel like with a regular 1/4 inch drive.
All right, let's start plugging. Throttle body. And then that back corner
Are you
one.
still recording or no?
Yeah,
Oh, you are. The
that's back in
main
place.
harness here. Clipping in the intake harness. That's positive.
This one
feedback
was
there.
missing the clamp. We'll make sure we actually put it on this time because
Yeah.
the idiot that did this before us did not put that back on. You clicked on that harness there.
Yeah. Got
This goes here.
Yep. PCV. Was there
Yeah, it's right here on my hand.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay. Remove these clamps where they belong. What the hell? Okay.
So in my search on the internet, I couldn't find any videos online of somebody changing that camshaft position sensor. So,
Hopefully we help
and all,
out.
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, and all of our shenanigans here tonight. Hopefully, somebody gets a use out of this video.
Yeah. All right, those are back on. This one down here comes up and over to that. This one does not have a clamp on it. That just sits there like that. This guy went back to the airbox.
Yep.
Over here. This one goes to the airbox.
As well, yeah.
Plugged in. Airbox. All right.
Yeah, we're good.
Brake booster. That would be important. All right, brake booster's in.
That was at a clip though.
Yep, we're gonna put the pliers on there. Okay, oops, that one probably shouldn't have gone on just yet. Well, we got this guy here. Where did that one go?
Also in the airbox.
Probably this funky ass thing that plugs into there.
Yep.
Throttle body.
This has got to meet it up and over it, right?
Yep, this goes just through like that. This guy spins
clips
around
in.
like this, clips in there and goes in there like that.
Gotcha.
See?
Yeah, up and over this one.
Okay. So that goes there, this goes here. Okay, so we gotta tighten that guy up real quick, and then we'll put the airbox on. Cool. What's on there? There it is. Okay. That's not on yet. Okay. I guess we didn't need to loosen this guy.
Nope.
Okay. Let's get the flatheads.
We loosen this one or no?
No, I never
did?
tightened that one.
Okay.
Or loosen that one rather. So let's get this PCV valve on there. Oh, okay. Maybe that's come up. I put it on to it. There's two of them. One down here. And one right here. So this guy. How's that going? In there? Come on, baby. Okay. That's in there now. Before I pop that, there's also a down one here. Okay. Needles. I got it right.
Is that enough?
Yeah, I think so. One. Okay. Now, all these things that go into the freaking airbox right here. Look at those I was gonna say there's more than 2. There was like 3. Right here, see?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. So you got 1, 2, 3. Yep. So 3 vacuum hoses, air box. I don't know why this thing has this thick ass screen in here. That's definitely a restriction on the airflow, but this isn't a performance vehicle, so not really too concerned about that.
I'll flip that up at some point.
Stay. Okay. Let's see if I can get this in there. All right, so we got the air box all secured. Put a new bolt in there to make it tight, and my brother's plugging in the mass air flow sensor. And now it's time to put the firewall bracket all back together. So that's this massive plate right here. There's one little thing already mounted to this bracket, so we're going to be real careful with this in the windshield. And that harness has to come up and over. You gotta go around the strut, John. You wanna go?
I'm on the strut. I'm on the strut.
Oh, you are? Oh, you're in the right spot. Okay. It just sounded like something was not letting it go in.
Nah.
All right, good here.
Yep. Everything's lined up on my end.
Let's get all those bolts together.
Yep.
All right, now the wiper motor.
You marked it.
Yeah, that's for the blades after though. So this is gonna go up and under the windshield. Up on top of that right there. Oops, come here you. You're supposed to be up here. All right. Stop doing that. Okay. Cool. 4 bolts. One back here. One here. Glad we cleaned all that nastiness off. All right, so just remember the 2 weather stripping pieces. So I'm gonna go up and under here. Slide under there. Slide up and under.
There's like a plastic clip here that goes up underneath the glass.
Oh yeah. Gotta make sure that all goes up under the glass the whole way.
Yep, 1, 2, 1.
Man, get some shit on the glass. All right. How you looking over there?
Yeah, and then 1.
Okay, I'm good.
I think it's gonna.
I'm lined up with this one here.
All right, I'm clipped in here. A little rubber piece.
Yeah, I'm not.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm really surprised that that actually doesn't have any like clips.
Yeah. Just kind of chills there, huh?
Yeah. All right, so now we're gonna get the wipers on. Give me a second. All right, so we got everything back together. Got the wipers on the way they were. We marked them. Everything's plugged in the way it was prior to. Let's go ahead and start her up. And we'll probably have to clear the check engine light anyway, but we can do that off camera. All right. obviously the new gasket that we replaced. So we'll go ahead and turn the car back off and leave the key in the on position. Got camshaft. Both the same?
PO368, PO368.
All right, escape.
It's a different code number for some odd reason, but it's the same. It's saying it's the same camshaft, so I don't know what that's about. So we'll escape on that and then erase.
Yep.
Escape.
All the way out. All right.
And
so you can unplug it. Or you can leave it on, it doesn't matter, but just go ahead and start it up and see if that check engine light goes off. It's still on.
it's still on.
So that should have cleared it.
I actually completely turn the key off really quick.
Alright. Turn it back to the on position. Engine. Read. Same thing.
Got that paper on the hood of my car. Does it say B Bank 1 on that paper?
Yeah.
Right? But it's saying PL365, which is interesting because the other one would say 365.
They're
on the
both
other
365, see them?
Yep, and now this one's saying 368, but it's the same sensor. It's saying Bank 1, sensor B. So.
Well, the good news is that we replaced the hardest one.
Right. True.
All right. Well, we're going to keep digging into this on why that check engine light's on, but we did replace it and replace all 6 spark plugs and remove the intake manifold, as you saw the plenum, actually. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Any questions or comments, please leave below. Thanks.